Hello Raiders fans and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a lot to cover. We've had a huge update in terms of patches, fixes and new stuff added into the game. We've got brand new augments, a change to the rubber duck, some new store updates and much more. So there's a lot to get through in today's video guys, so sit back, relax and enjoy it. If you do, drop a like, subscribe if you're new and turn on post notifications so you don't miss a single video here on the channel. Also as well guys, if you haven't already entered into the giveaway, comment a penguin emoji down below and make sure you are subscribed. I'm giving away 2,400 free Raider tokens so you guys can actually have a chance of getting the new store bundle. With all being said, let's jump right into everything. So first of all, there's a new project that's been added into the game and it's called Trophy Display. Now the only things I can see on there is obviously page 1, so you'll need rusted bolts, pop trigger, tick pods and surveyor vault to complete the first segment. Obviously there's 5 different threats there that you've got to complete, so you just got to tick away at them at your own leisure. There's no rush at getting this done, however you can get it done pretty quickly with how easy some of that first page is. It's probably going to be fairly easy moving on to each individual page. Now one of the cool things about the brand new update that I really like personally is they've updated the look of the rubber duck. Now as you remember before, it was a bit dull, a bit grey and not very yellow. Now if you actually have a look at it now, we have a nice bright yellow polished up rubber duck. So it has actually changed in game. I know it's not a massive thing, but I don't know, I kind of dig it. And then also as well, if you head over to traders and go down to security, you can now actually go ahead and purchase the acoustic guitar. You don't have to do the button pressing in the buried city. You literally can just go ahead, it's 70 creds and you can go and play your strings out in the top side. And then when it comes to the store updates, we've got 2 new things in here. So first of all, we've got the Sam Walker set, which I am 100% going to purchase because this looks incredibly awesome. So first of all, you do get the new outfit and it is the Sam Walker outfit and I really like it. It looks something a little bit like out of Star Wars in my personal opinion. You can turn the bag off, leave it on. There's 3 different color sets that you guys can choose from. There's also the gas mask, goggles, radio and scarf you can have on or off if you wanted to. But I really like this set and I do think I will be purchasing the bundle. It will only cost you 1,300 Raider tokens. They've also added in the Alpine Rescue set. So in this you'll get 3 different things in here. So you'll get a new Raider tool, the Snowy Mountain Pick, you'll get the Snow Rescue Kit and you'll also get the Road Flare Backpack Charm. This will cost you 700 Raider tokens for the full bundle. So these 2 new epic augments in this game now, and the epic augments that you guys can find is going to be the Looting Mark III Safekeeper and also the Tactical Mark III Revival. These augments have now been added into the game. People wasn't sure what they are because nobody has found them yet, but they are what they are. They have been data mined and found, and that's what you guys can unlock. Now the update is the January update 1.13.0 and it says, Raiders, trouble is brewing in the Rust Belt. Heavy sandstorms have been battering the surface. Flocks of birds have been spotted around Buried City, gathering around chimneys for what many assume to be nefarious reasons. And to top it all off, Maverick Raiders have been spotted hunting Ark for sport and single-handedly taking on entire squads. Now before we continue guys, if you are struggling to find people to play with on Ark Raiders, I do have a Discord server to try and help you guys help yourself by finding new friends and players on Ark Raiders. If you want to head over to the description down below and join it, you are more than welcome to. So what's new then? So we've got solo versus squads. Solo versus squads is a new matchmaking option for our experienced and highly skilled players who enjoy the PvP aspect of the game. Solo Raiders level 40 and above will get the solo versus squad toggle above matchmaking to join squads queue and tackle squads of raiders head on when opting in. Players will receive a 20% bonus XP at the end of the round on both successful extraction and defeat. So there's a new trophy display, so a new long-term project which requires players to hunt increasingly dangerous groups of Ark to submit their parts for rewards. So like I said, we've gone over that, I've shown you that exactly what that is. And then we do have Bird City. Flocks of birds have moved into Buried City, building nests in the empty chimneys. We got some reports of them storing shiny trinkets inside, so make sure to inspect them. This new permanent map condition will be applied to the Buried City map only, which will cycle in and out of rotation weekly. There will be more bird traps and zip lines present on the map. Raiders can expect more combat in, on or around the rooftops, including more flying Ark and more players in proximity. So this, I've not yet seen the map condition added into the game game since the update. I've checked it over the last couple hours, so I reckon it'll probably start cycling in this evening when it's guaranteed a lot more people are going to be playing the game. So like I said, there's two new types of epic augments. This is also stated in the article, and like I said, it is the looting Mark 3 Safekeeper and the tactical Mark 3 Revival. Let's discuss the patch highlights because there's a lot. So open parties, the option to set your party to open so your embark and platform friends can join you seamlessly even when you're in round to wait in the lobby to join in your next match. Squad invites added the option for squad mates to invite others to the party as well as the party leader. They have fixed the achievements, Stella Monte Seed Vault extraction fixed, mouse smoothing option added, and gamepad rebinding. So content and bug fixes. So achievements have been sorted, so fixed issues causing progress towards enemy of my enemy achievement to not get tracked. I've also fixed an issue causing the hook, line and sinker achievement to not track correctly. In terms of arc traversing obstacles has been improved. Leaper is now better at walking when it loses its legs. Dead shredders are now properly labelled as scavengeable when pinged. Snitch fixed an issue where snitchers would abort calling down arc if players threw a lure grenade during the call. I don't really like that fix. And then snitchers will no longer make noises after they are destroyed. The spotter, so they have fixed an issue where spotters would follow players into buildings and get stuck. Ticks, when grabbed by the tick, players will now have a brief window of time where they can dodge roll to remove the tick, which is a pretty cool feature. I like that. And then audios then, so they fixed an issue where emotes were missing voice lines in store and customization preview. They've also fixed voice chat cutting in some cases and improved voice chat connection as well. In terms of maps, so general stuff, the types of containers that can spawn condition specific blueprints have been lowered during the electromagnetic storm, hidden bunker and lock gate. They've also raised the chances of finding higher tier weapons in weapon cases. Let's be honest, that needed to be done. They've slightly lowered the chances of finding the matriarch and queen unique parts in their armor pieces to make it a bit harder to get them without destroying them completely. I don't know how I feel about this because some casual players that maybe don't get the chance to, you know, tackle the harvester and the queen, or maybe are not quick enough to get down to get the parts, it could be a bit of a free-for-all and probably cause more PvP as well, in all honesty. But that's my personal opinion on that. They fixed multiple containers across all maps that were not interactable, and they've also fixed a raider hatch timing bug and camera getting stuck when the interaction fails. So dam battlegrounds then, they've tweaked some of the cliffs around the raider outpost tower on the dam where players tended to get stuck. That has happened to me numerous times. They've also adjusted the elevator shaft collision to prevent players from getting stuck on the dam control tower, and they have also fixed collision issues inside the pattern house on dam battlegrounds. They've also fixed an issue where players could reach an unintended location in water treatment. On Buried City, they've removed an invisible wall beneath the Buried City highway, and they've also removed the musical puzzle from Buried City. As I mentioned, the guitar is now purchasable in the Shawnee's security. Spaceport, they have fixed an issue where rocks and grass would float in the air on Spaceport, and they've also adjusted arc spawn location during hidden bunker on bunker antennas to try and make sure that they can't spawn directly on top of the antennas. With Stella Montis, they've also fixed the seed vault extraction glitch on Stella Montis that allow players to remain in the extraction point after it had closed. They've also, the night raid lightning has been updated with most lamps turned off, so it's not as bright when you play that, and they've also fixed 40 locations on Stella Montis where players would frequently get stuck. That is a lot of locations. And then they fixed the Bastion in Stella Montis being able to spawn out of bounds and attack players through walls. Thank God, because that was annoying as well. So some miscellaneous stuff that they've fixed as well. So various crash fixes have been done, as well as adding an option for mouse smoothing, and they've also added a matchmaking delay option for stream sniping mitigation. That's good for streamers, I cannot lie. I don't stream myself, but it does help keep the game alive with the streamers, and they don't lose the big guys like the Burnt Peanut. They have fixed an issue that allowed players to play their guitar while using the zipline, and they've also made aim assist consistent across different frame rates. They've also fixed issues with inputs not always registering to the frame rates above 30, as well as where they've fixed some stuff of the macro sets helmets variants appeared incorrect in game, fixed some trinket items not being placeable in trinket slots, and some various clipping issues as well. They've also fixed that sometimes caused the sun lens flare VFX to show up even if the sun was behind thick clouds. They fixed an issue where the selected codex entry was not always visible, and the fireworks boxes will get set off randomly after deploying raider gets knocked out. So so they have also done that as well. And then they've also fixed some graphic settings, resetting to default on restarting the game on PS5, and some lighting polish on various maps. In terms of movement fixes then, so they fixed an issue where player movement input would temporarily be unresponsive after having network connection issue, and they've also fixed an issue where players would fall off a ladder when attempting to descend shortly after climbing to the top. They've also fixed an issue where players would automatically jump off a ladder when entering while crouched. And then in terms of UI, they've added a new tab to the options menu that allows free rebinding of most gamepad buttons. They've also fixed the display of VoIP trigger actions when playing the gamepad on PC, and improved wording to make the current VoIP mode push to talk versus toggle to talk more obvious. They fixed an issue where the UI would sometimes display too low inventory value in the expedition sign up. They've also fixed an issue where weapons placed in expedition provided stash slots did not appear in the weapon upgrade screen. They fixed an issue where the items mounts didn't display for non-stackable items in projects, as well as donations, rewards and trial rewards. And they've also added the option of open party, so Embark and platform friends can join seamlessly even when in and around to wait in lobby. And then the rest of it is just kind of stuff saying that you can contact them in Discord if there's any other problems. They've utility stuff. They fixed zipline anchor point, updating its position correctly when on a moving platform, and changed augments in loadout now arranges the excess items in the stash better as well. They've also fixed an issue where two players using a defibrillator at the same time would revive a down player with full HP. That's cool. I didn't even know that were a thing, but it's nice that they fixed it, I guess, but I didn't know it were a thing personally. Quest, they've added additional interactions to the final objective in the groundbreaking quest. And then anti-cheat. Anti-cheat. This one has blown my mind. I saw it on Twitter before I even read this article. So there's a 3-strike progressive ban system. So that is in the process of being implemented. Bans will progress from 30 days to 60, and finally a permaban for repeat offenders. Some known issues that they're going to try and get sorted is the solo v squads matchmaking option currently does not have a pop-up when the option becomes available to players when reaching over above level 40. I'm sure they should have sorted that before they even released the update, personally. And then cosmetics acquirable through raider tokens that have not yet been purchased may be missing from the customization menu. And then one of the macros set helmet variants may appear incorrectly in preview and in the menu, but will appear correctly in game. And players may occasionally not receive a skill point as indicated in the results screen. A reboot / playing another round fixes the issue. See you topside, Ossen and the Ark Raiders team. That's a lot of updates, a lot of news, a lot of information, guys. So I hope digested that well, because there were a lot to discuss in today's video. I know it's been a very long one compared to normal, so I do appreciate you guys if you have stuck all the way till the end. I will leave a link down on all the bugs, fixes and changes in game. If you have enjoyed today's video, feel free to drop a like, subscribe if new. As always, I'll catch you on the next video.